Hello, everybody. This is album night 3. When I got home from school today, I feel so much smaller than yesterday. Um, when I got home from school today, I listened to a few albums, and one of those albums I revisited after not listening to it since December. And it's one of my favorite albums from this band. I talked about this band last night. It is the Beatles' Magical Mystery Tour. 1967, I think. This is the album that came out right after Sgt. Pepper's. Later in the video, I'll talk about my comparisons with Sgt. Pepper's and this album. But basically, I got my copy from eBay for Christmas. Um, and the condition is not too great. Um, I don't know if this is original. Let's call it an original copy. I don't know how to tell. It's Apple Core. That's all I know. You can kind of see the wear right there on the side, but it's all right. It sounds fine too. There's not a lot of surface noise, but the quality is kind of not the best. But I mean, it's from the 60s, so what can you really do? But it's a gem. This album is a gem, and it's full of gems. Um, there is a this is a soundtrack. This is a soundtrack to a movie that the Beatles did in the mid '60s, or more, I guess, more mid to late '60s. Um, but I would not say you need to watch the movie to fully appreciate this album. Though you still should watch the movie. You can totally watch this. You can totally listen to this album, love it, and not have watch the movie. Excuse me, watch the movie at all. Um, but this album cover, all of them dressed up as like a walrus and a rabbit and a hippo and a I don't even know I don't even know what that is. I don't know. Is that George? I really don't know what George is. A bird or something. Um, insane album cover. Like it's kind of scary almost. The back cover is photography from the movie. I forgot which music video it's from, but it's them going down the stairs. It might be Your Mother Should Know. Your Mother Should. Yeah, I think so. Um, which is a great song. Um, yeah, that's really cool. You can kind of see them in the center, kind of saluting, and this kind of weird, trippy kind of. It's almost like a fish lens, but you get to kind of see the disillusionment from like sort of the made up space that should be the blackness, but it's kind of made up. It's like your imagination kind of made it up. But yeah, that's a cool back cover. This is one disc, but this is a gatefold. So you have the tracks here, and you have this cool little illustration of them as wizards, which they do a couple wizard skits in the film. Um, so even though you don't, even though I said you don't need to watch the movie to appreciate the music on this, the jacket design and the vinyl design is all based off of the movie. So, which is still really cool. The movie's great. You should still watch the movie. Um, there's not a plot. Like, it's not, I mean, it's hard to follow, but it's not meant to follow, if that makes sense. That's why it's hard to follow, because you naturally want to follow something, but there's nothing to follow besides the Magical Mystery Tour bus, which is what the first song is about. They're going to take you away. That's the message of the song. But before I talk about the music, there is a here I go and show you the disc. It's Apple Core. I always love the record um, little labels right there, especially the Apple Core one. But a cool thing that comes with your copy is this booklet. Now, this booklet, it is the Beatles Magical Mystery Tour, a color film for television. It has the cast and characters, so you get to see real name people from the movie. Made in England by the Beatles. The book was edited by Tony Barrow, and the photographs are from John Kelly, 1967. I was right. Yes, I know my stuff. Um, and then I do kind of like this photo of, now this is fisheye photo, of the, the Magical Mystery Tour bus. And the film, the bus is really compact and really like, it's like a little bus. It really is. But yeah, this is a really cool photo book, and it's photography, not from the movie, but it's behind the scenes of the filming of the movie, which is still really cool. I'll pick out some of my favorites. I will say a page is ripped out, so I'll go ahead and show you this one. Um, this is Paul as like a British general and his assistant. Um, and then this is the Wizard skit that I mentioned previously with Ringo and Paul. It has all the members, but this photo is specifically Ringo and Paul. Yeah, that's really cool. But then inside the actual book, I really like this photo with John, or just the entire band, but John as the walrus, or Paul. Paul was the walrus. This was for the I Am the Walrus portion of the film. This is a really cool photo. I just love how it looks, and I love the color. This is a cool one. This is John up top. That's John with a mustache and a little chunky. And then down here is also John, but with his hat sitting next to George. That was cool. Now this is super sick. This is kind of a landscape 2-page photo of the entire band. Oh, there's Ringo too. There's Ringo. And then John at the piano. They look so cool. John without glasses looks so cool. George looks so cool. They all look amazing. They all look great. Just cool dudes making good music. So let's see what else. There's also a bit of a story too. I haven't even read like this part yet, but there's words that I do have to read. This is a cool photo with George and John on the Magical Mystery Tour bus. George and John, they sit next together, or next to each other. That's what I meant. But yeah, oh, this is a cool illustration. Like down here, that's the entire band in their little white suits. That's what the back cover was based on, them in their little white suits. But anyways, that is super sick. I wish I had like posters of some of the photos from that booklet, because I'd love to have them bigger and on my wall. But yeah, that's a cool thing that is added to the release of the album. Yeah. Oh my god, my feet are killing me. I'm doing this on the floor. But now to talk about the actual music. Magical Mystery Tour. This was right after Sgt. Pepper's. If you were to ask me, I think this is just a better Sgt. Pepper's, because the structure of both the albums are very different. With Sgt. Pepper's, God, my hair is weird. With Sgt. Pepper's, the fluidity of it is like way better than Magical Mystery Tour. It feels like an album. The songs are short. They flow into each other. There's sort of a unanimous sound they're going for. And most of the songs are great. Sgt. Pepper's has not connected to me as much as it has with other people. I acknowledge there are some great songs on it. Personally, I love Lovely Rita. That's a great song. She's Leaving Home. That's another great song. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, obviously. Fixing a Hole Where the Rain Has Been. That's a great song. But there's oh my god, Day in a Life. That's also a great song. But with Magical Mystery Tour, the fluidity isn't there, but each song stands on its own perfectly. Each song sounds like a single, which kind of adds to that fact. Each song is just great. Like it's able to hold itself up on its own. It doesn't need that fluidity. Like it works perfectly. That's also why it works as a great soundtrack too, because I think with you can just kind of put any of these songs anywhere in the film and they work. Um, but about the music, um, I would, well, again, I think I like Magical Mystery Tour more than Sergeant Pepper's. I would confidently say that. Um, but with music, Magical Mystery Tour, the self titled or shoot um, titled song, album titled song, the first song. Um, One thing about this entire album, the drums sound great. Like I don't know what the mixing with Ringo's kit was, but they sound very compact, kind of crunchy, very snary, especially on songs like "Strawberry Fields Forever" and especially "I Am the Walrus." Those and Blue Jay Way, all the songs, like I said, but it's also very prevalent, like right out the gate when you listen to the first song, um, and they're really fast too. Like get it, get on the mystery tour. It's gonna take you away. That's the entire message of the song, and it's perfect because it's the first song. So, um, "Fool on the Hill" is really great. That's a really great Paul song. The recorder or the wind instrument flute solo, love beauty. It's I guess it is beautiful. I do really love that part. Um, I'll read like a lyric from the song, or maybe a few. Well on the way, head in a cloud, the man of 1,000 voices talking perfectly loud, but nobody ever hears him or the sound he appears to make, and he never seems to notice, but the fool on the hill sees the sun going down. I don't know what he's talking about. The music video is really funny too. Paul is the fool on the hill in the music video. That's how I interpret it. Um, Flying is an instrumental. The drums sound great on that song too, and there's this like kind of horn solo. Bow now 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 now, bow now 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 now, and then there's like la 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 la. Like that's it's just kind of a fun kind of. It's kind of twangy too. It's a great instrumental. Blue Jay Way, a George song, amazing. It grew upon me like a ton. Um, I do really love that song. There's a fog upon LA, and my friends have lost their way. Will be over soon, they said. Now they've lost themselves instead. Please, please don't be long. Please don't shoot be very long. Please don't be long. That's a really great song. Or I may be asleep. The drums are really good on that song too. Don't be long, don't be long. What else? Your Mother Should Know. That's a great song. Your mother should. It's a very sassy song, especially the piano. Just I guess the chords or whatever how that works. But do do especially the intro. Yeah, your mother should know, dude. Your mother should know about the song. Let's all get up and dance to a song that was a hit before your mother was born. What's the next song? I Am the Walrus. Another really great song. The strings on that song are eerie. They are sinister. John is insane on that song. Nonsense, obviously. That's the point. Um, I am here, yes, or what does he say? I am he as you are me, and we are all together. Sitting on a cornflake, waiting for the van to come. Corporation t shirt, stupid bloody Tuesday, man, you been a naughty boy, you let your face grow long. Um, I'm the Walrus, great song. The drums are also great on that song. Sitting in the English garden, waiting for the sun. Goob Goob Gajoob, obviously, love that song. Um, and that's just side one. That's side one. Side two, Hello Goodbye. That's alright. The music video's fun. I say goodbye. Or, yeah, I say goodbye. And you say hello, hello, hello. And then they start saying, hello, hello. I don't know what that part, I don't know what they're saying that part. But that's a pretty good song. It's really happy. Strawberry Fields Forever, a classic, one of the best, their best songs, I'd say. Um, yeah, that's a really great song. Penny Lane is one of my favorite Paul songs. I love the music video too. Them walking around Liverpool, London. I don't know what that area is, but that's beautiful. Baby, You're a Rich Man. Um, the drums on that song are great too. Baby, you're a rich man. Um, yeah, that's just amazing. Um, and All You Need Is Love. They performed that live. Um, that's a good song too. Not one of my favorites off the album, but probably my favorite. Like, I love all the songs in like different ways. I think all of them are great. They stand up on their own. I like Magical Mystery Tour more than Sgt. Pepper's. Um, there's just amazing things that they did on this. Um, but yeah, I don't know. That's kind of it. Um, compared to Revolver, no, I can't compare it to Revolver. I really can't. But this is just a really strong collection of songs, and I think what they were doing in Sgt. Pepper's is only elevated on this. I feel like the ideas are clearer, maybe not cooler, but they're built upon perfectly. But it's just amazing. I really do. I think it's really really great. That's all I have to say about Magical Mystery Tour. Um, but yeah, good night.